Okay, so this week we're talking about synchronous and asynchronous learning. And if you haven't heard those terms or not familiar with them, let me explain them really quickly. Synchronous learning means that it's taking place at the same time for all learners. Asynchronous learning means that it's taking place at different times for learners. An example of that would be a face-to-face classroom. A traditional style classroom would be synchronous because it's happening at the same time for everybody. An online class is usually asynchronous, meaning that people are accessing the material at different times and learning at different times. With online classes, though, there can be both synchronous and asynchronous aspects. For example, hybrid classes have both, face-to-face and online, so synchronous and asynchronous. Even purely online classes can have, let's say, a video webinar or a video discussion board allowing for a synchronous part of that class to take place. There's advantages and disadvantages to this. With asynchronous, it's more flexible for people to learn. It's also harder to guarantee that there are really good, timely interactions between students. Asynchronous, usually is going to involve a discussion board, which allows for more reflection for the particular student, whether it's reading and thinking or time to edit and write exactly what they want as an original thread or maybe a reply. So there's increased ability for reflection. There are definite advantages and disadvantages to both. Other areas that we see synchronous and asynchronous learning, you see it in new products like Google Drive, specifically with Google Documents. Before, if we wanted to collaborate using technology, we might use email or let's say I might open a Word doc, do my editing, save it, close it, email it, or put it in a drive somewhere where somebody can open it, edit it, save it, and then send it off, and this process continues until you're finished. The problem with this is that only one person can access it and edit it at one time, and if you do happen to open it at the same time, you're going to create conflicted copies or have data loss, and so not really a good situation. With services like Google Drive, you can actually open and edit the same document with multiple people at the same time, and so people can actually in real time collaborate with each other on these documents. In fact, if I was to type and I had it shared to you, you would be able to see me typing and vice versa. And so we're able to synchronously collaborate even if we're in different places on a document, yet we still retain the ability to asynchronously collaborate as well. And so these types of technologies are really coming into play and really shaping how group work and collaboration takes place, not only in education but in the business world as well. And so expect to see more options moving forward when it comes to asynchronous and synchronous learning and asynchronous and synchronous collaborating at work. We want the most flexibility possible, and technology is really affording that as we move forward. So have a great week. Read the articles. Look forward to the discussion. Make sure you're working on the projects. Don't wait too long to access those and start working on those. If you have any questions, email me, shoot me a text, give me a phone call, and I can help you any way that I can. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.